Hello, my name is Lori. Welcome to the video. I have a couple of things to talk about. I have a lot of things I need to talk about because it's been a while since I've done a vlog. I stopped in August, I think, maybe even before that, because I went on vacation in June to Denver, and that's in this video. So, um, I read a total of one book. I read Legendborn by Tracy Dion, and I talk about some other ones that I've read a little bit. I could talk about My Murder by Katie Williams, I want to say her name is. I do talk about a couple of books, but it's mostly just catching up because my life kind of exploded recently when it comes to work, not anything else. But I will go into that right now. Okay, bye. Oh my God, she's somewhere with decent lighting. Welcome to a video. That's better. Last time I filmed a video or even a clip, it was summer. It's currently fall, as you can tell by my tiger sweater. I probably already explained this, but my job kind of exploded. It was acquired by another company, and I got moved to a new department. I'm doing accounting now, and it's been very strange and very overwhelming, and I am not a big fan of change, so I have been stressed. You hear that? Yeah, Rosie wants to go outside. So I have some clips that, oh, Jesus, that was Rosalind too. I have some clips from a trip I took in Denver, to Denver a couple of months ago. That was back in June, July. Leave that alone. No, Cooper. Leave it alone, baby. Cats are being menaces. Menace kitty. So I have some clips from that. I went to the aquarium. We went to Boulder, Colorado. We did all of these things. I also went to New Jersey recently for my cousin's wedding, and I took no footage whatsoever. I took some pictures. I guess I could put some pictures up. Do you want to see some pictures? It was pretty crazy. They were playing the weirdest music at the wedding. Like, it was all over the place. Went from the 90s to the 2000s to Linkin Park. It was strange, but I enjoyed it. I had a slight panic attack at the wedding in the middle of the speeches that everyone was getting because it was too loud, and they were blocking the doors because they were introducing all the bridesmaids and everything, so there was no way for me to get out. It was bad. All the bridesmaids were in front of my table though, so I don't think I'm in any pictures like panicking. But it was a lot of fun. It was the first time I'd seen a bunch of my cousins since I was like 8 years old. So yeah, let's talk about Olam. I have kind of a complicated relationship with reading right now because everything has been so stressful. I haven't been wanting to do any of my hobbies lately or anything fun at all. It's been a real struggle. Hey, no fighting, Cooper. Don't punch her. Why would you do this? Come here. They fight a lot. But I've been starting a lot of books, but not reading a lot of books. So I have Sunburn with two best friends in the 90s in Ireland, and one of them wants to be more than friends. I made it to page 65 and then I stopped. I started Welcome to the Hunam Dung Bookshop. I made it to page 93 and then I stopped. This is a story about a girl who just thinks it's her life mission and her ultimate goal to open up a bookshop. It's supposed to be very wholesome, which it is in the beginning, but I found it a little boring. Sorry. I started Evenings and Weekends. This is supposed to be a good queer literary fiction novel. I made it to page 39. Ooh, but I do have a great bookmark. It's a little banana that says been better. I love it. I'm going to take that out because I don't know what's happening in this book anymore. I have Don't Let the Forest In. I'm actually going to finish this book. I started this a couple of weeks ago. I'm on page 268. I'm probably going to actually finish this one. Thank God, finally finishing a book. What a concept. So this one is a story about two best friends who go to a boarding school, and one of them is in love with the other, and one of them has monsters that come to life in the forest that he draws. You know, gay things. I also started The Last House on Needless Street. This is going to be my next book after this one because I wasn't a big fan of the writing style so far, but that is my plan to read this one next because it's a library book and it's supposed to be having a really cool plot twist that you just don't see coming. So, and then I also have a Forgery of Fate that is from the library as well that I need to start. It has gold sprayed edges though, which is kind of fun. So where there's decorations behind me, you just can't see them. They're up there. Hopefully you can't hear my cat. She's currently switching medications, and so she's very anxious, and so she's been meowing like crazy, and I can't get her to stop. So enjoy that. That's just going to be a part of this video, apparently. Okay, I have footage of one thing so far this month, and that's of a crane game place that we went to. I forget what it's called, the Claw Vault in Utah, and it's just this little tiny store that has all of these claw machines that are actually winnable. It's a curse. Which I thought was crazy. And we ended up winning some stuff, and so everybody's getting plushies for Christmas in my family. So let's do a plushie haul because some of them are very cursed. We have this Bluey with the most haunting eyes I've ever seen. Like, he has seen some things. Hello, Rosalind. This is my angry cat who's been meowing because she's so anxious. I feel bad, but she also does it constantly, and it's very annoying. We have a normal Umbreon, kind of. He looks kind of evil. And they're all like window clings. We've got a very rotund Snorlax, as he should be. And then we have this Pikachu capybara. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know how. We also got a Kirby, but that's over there, and it's Casey's, so I didn't want to go grab it. Okay. Let's talk about what I've been reading. I just finished barely My Murder by Katie Williams. And I loved this book. I thought it was so good. I was not a huge fan of the ending, but honestly, that doesn't really deter me from giving this 4.5 stars. Like, I'm still going to give it a high rating, even though I didn't like the ending. This is a story about a future where cloning exists, and a bunch of people, I don't know what that noise was, a bunch of people who have been murdered by a serial killer end up getting cloned, and are basically brought back to life in a new body, but they have all of their memories except for the memories of the murder itself. So I'm currently reading is Legendborn by Tracy Dion. This is a story. I don't actually know much about this story because I've never read the synopsis. I just know that everybody loves this book. I think it's a trilogy, or maybe there's going to be 4 books. I'm not sure. There's 3 books out now. And it's a girl goes to a boarding school for an early college classes. She's only 16. She discovers monsters and magic and a group of people fighting the monsters. I haven't gotten very far. I'm only 75 pages in out of like 500. But so far, I really like the writing. I think it's really good. And I think the characters so far are really interesting. I really thought, because I read the synopsis after I started reading this book, and I was like, oh, this is probably her love interest. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. I was like, oh, the bad boy, he's probably the love interest. No, it's the dork. So at least that's kind of what it hints at in the synopsis. So, yeah, I think that's all I needed to talk about at the moment. My cat is being so cute. She's sleeping in a laundry basket right now. We put a blanket in there to wash it, and she just hopped right in. And so we've been keeping a blanket in there so she can sleep in there. Okay, I have a story to tell you. Not a great one, but a story nonetheless. And it is about her. This one right here. So, Rosalind, my cat, is a bit of an escape artist. She loves being outside, but she also has anxiety, so she screams in the middle of the day if she's not medicated. And we've been trying to get her on a new medication because the old one isn't working. And so she's been trying to get out more and more often because she's just anxious and wants to go outside. So cut to Friendsgiving, which we had on Saturday, and we had 6 people over. And it becomes just the middle of dinner and everybody's having a great time. And I just notice I haven't heard Rosalind in a while because that bitch screams a lot. She meows. She doesn't scream. She meows. And she gets all up in people's faces when they're new to the place, and she loves strangers. She has no survival instincts. I look around the apartment. I find Cooper, our other cat, hiding because she's afraid of strangers. Lots of survival instincts. And then somebody mentions, oh, and when we came in, the door was slightly ajar. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, my God. So we all go on a search. Some of us are tipsy. It's cold outside because it's freaking November in Utah. Luckily, it had not snowed yet. So we're searching all over the place for this bitch. And she loves going to this little picnic area that we have by our apartment. And she was not over there, but I swore she must have been over there. But I think she went under the fence and into the next apartment complex, because after an hour of looking, we come back to the apartment, basically giving up. And here she just comes trotting by, ready to come back inside. I just, you can't make this shit up. It's just, we were so mad at her, but so glad that she was okay. That was our Friendsgiving. Thanksgiving was fine. We didn't have any issues. So yeah, that's a story for you. I wanted to sit in front of the record player for this, but I'm blocking the whole thing. Maybe I need to be this way? No, fuck it. um, we need to talk about Spotify Wrapped. I know it's a thing that everybody talks about and nobody cares, but mine is so ridiculous that I felt like I needed to share because this. I have the record and I've been listening to it, which I feel like I haven't listened to Sabrina Carpenter like that much. Like I listened to her old album a lot in the beginning of the year, and then I listened to her new album when it came out. And ever since then, I feel like I've been listening to other artists. And then I got really into Courtney Eaton, who plays Lottie in Yellow Jackets. She came out with an album with like 5 songs on it, and I've been listening to that over and over and over again. So I have a tendency to re-listen to the same music over and over again, and so my Spotify Wrapped always looks like this. Put a little screenshot here. It's so sad. I think they stop recording your information after a little bit. Let me move over. See my bottles of alcohol. Oh my god. This is a bad spot to sit. Hi Razzie. Razzie. Let me show your tail. Come here. Or go away and prove that, oh, you can see her in the reflection. Here comes Cooper. Hi, baby. Don't show your butt to the camera. So my Spotify Wrapped has a tendency to say the same artists every year. Sabrina Carpenter has been my number one for the last 2 years. Before that, it was The Pretty Reckless, I think, because she dropped a new album. So it's just me listening to the same albums over and over again. Because I used to have a CD player in my car and it only had one CD player, like one CD in it. And so I would just listen to the same CD until I got absolutely sick of it. So that's what I do, except on Spotify now. And now everybody can see for themselves how unhinged I am. And I honestly think if they must have stopped recording your Spotify information for the Wrapped somewhere in like October or November, because I've been listening to Courtney Eaton nonstop, and she wasn't even on my top 5. And I also have a shocking amount of podcast hours because I've been listening just to NADPod, my favorite podcast, not another D&D podcast, and it's so sad. But I was only in the top 3%, so that means a bunch of people listened to more of it than I did. So yeah, I just wanted to share how pathetic, maybe that's not the right word, how big of a fandom person I am, where I am very loyal to a single artist and I listen to their music constantly. So, is there anything else to talk about? Speaking of cringe, Riverdale sweatshirt. It's so comfy. I love it. I loved the first season, and me and my roommate got really into it, and then it turned wild. And I stopped watching around season 4. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, got a couple things to go over. There's a dog barking outside. I hope you can't hear that. Okay, I finished Legendborn. We hold it like a human. My goodness. I finished Legendborn last night, and this was a really good book. I liked it a lot. It gave it 4.5 stars. This is my second book in a row that got 4.5 stars, and I think that's so wonderful because I was having a rough time last month with my reading. So I thought this book was a lot of fun and also had some really brutal moments. Like, because there's a healer involved with this, the characters can get really battered. I did see the ending coming, the little twist that they had at the end, which I don't know if you can even consider it a twist, but I still liked it a lot. I'm excited to read the second one. I don't know when I'll pick it up, just because I'll have to get it from my library. But yeah, I thought this was a really exciting book, and I thought I liked the kind of different forms of magic there were, because there was the magic with the Legendborns that they take magic and they can kind of use it at all times. And then there was an ancestral magic that had to do with more borrowing magic from your ancestors, which I thought was really interesting. And yeah, I thought it was a really cool take on magic and the magic system, and kind of the classic go to a boarding school and discover magic kind of thing. Um, so I really enjoyed it. I'll probably pick up the second one soon. Okay, I also wanted to talk about a little bit. God, this background is so busy. So many things. um, I want to talk a little bit more about Legendborn, because there was an aspect of this that I forgot about when I was reviewing this book, and it's about grief. If you've watched my videos at all, you know that I love a book about grief, and it takes, like, I like reading about grief because I find it very relatable, but it's very hard for it to really hit hard enough that it makes me cry or anything like that. But I came real close with this book. Like, I've read Crying in H Mart, and I didn't cry at that book. And this book really hits you where it hurts. Like, the emotions that she feels are really relatable, despite the fact that this is a fantasy book. She has some very real and logical feelings. She's only 16 when her mother dies, and she is kind of on the edge during this entire book, because the book takes place only a couple of months after her mother's death. She dies in a car accident, but she had this moment where somebody else was also feeling a moment of grief towards the end of the book. So I don't want to spoil anything, but she described the feeling as being on a cliff's edge and just having one more thing push you over the edge, and just like one person saying something wrong, or having a feeling that you've been pushing down, like just this feeling of being on the edge and anything could push you over, and then you were in this free fall of grief. And I related to that a little bit too much. I've always been one to push my feelings down, and especially with grief, I for a long time didn't let myself feel the grief that I needed to feel. And it's very much that way, where you just one little thing, like a reminder of something, can push you over the edge into just bawling. And it's is really unfortunate, because you want to have these reminders of this person, but at the same time, you don't want to feel the grief that comes along with it. And it takes a really long time for those two things to not be intertwined, to be able to think back on a memory, a good memory, and not be hit with this crumbling emotion at the same time. So I just wanted to say how well done that was. At the moment, to stick with the King Arthur theme, I picked up The Second Death of Locke by L.B.L. Bavellino, maybe? So bad at pronouncing names. Did I pick this book up just because it matches my tattoo and it looks pretty? Perhaps. Perhaps. But this book has also been kind of brutal. Like, one of the main characters gets stabbed in the first, like, 50 pages, and they have to do surgery because it hits his large intestine or something like that, and it's a lot. There's a lot of beheadings, like almost beheading with a sword, because they're at war, so it's just different battles that they go through. But what this book is about, speaking of, this is about Gray. She is the hand to a knight who is, she's supposed to protect him and heal him and things like that. And she is also a well, which is basically he takes magic from her and he uses that magic to defeat the enemy. But she has a secret where if she dies, all magic dies with her. I don't know why. I haven't gotten to that part yet. I'm only on page 52. And so far, she doesn't seem to be aware of that, or if she is, she hasn't mentioned it yet. So I thought that was a little strange. I don't know if that's like too revealing too much on the back of the book, or if she's going to reveal that soon. So I'm excited for that one. Although it does say it's a romantasy. And she has been pining, which, I'm all about pining. That's a good start to a romance. So, and then I have this package. Not going to show my address. package because I participated in Sydney's book exchange, but I got my book in the mail. I haven't sent mine out to my Secret Santa secret person yet because I need some recommendations from them as to what books they like, and I'm still waiting on a response for that. So I got my package and I figured we'd open it. It's so fancy and colorful. I've never gotten a gift via Amazon before, so it's kind of colorful. Let's see. Unwrap your present before opening this envelope. Okay, will do. And put this mic down. They Got Me Strong Female Character by Fern Brady. She's a comedian who's autistic, and so I've been really interested in her biography. Or maybe, oh, it's blurred by Devon Price from Unmasking Autism. I've read that book. So, that's so exciting. So exciting. Hopefully, the person I have will get me their list soon so I can buy a book for them, or at least have an idea of what to buy them, because I don't want to just get them something they already have. So, yes, so exciting. Okay, now we're at the end. I think this might be one of my longest videos that I've ever made because I had a lot to go over. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you stayed here this long, thank you so much for watching all of it. I don't know how interesting this was, but if you want more content like this, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.